Friday meeting, October 15th, 1976. LL Research channeling Hatonn and Laitos. Carla channeling. I am Hatonn, and I greet you in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. I am the voice of one who is with you always. I and my brothers are very grateful for the opportunity to speak with you and to share your meditation. I especially greet each of those who are new to our thoughts. It is a great pleasure to be with you, and we hope we can be of help. We of the Confederation of Planets, in the service of the Infinite Creator, are here with you at this time to share with the people of your planet a very simple thought, a very simple concept. That concept is love. We have been here before, and we are here now to share this concept with you. And yet, we have had our difficulties with your peoples. For the concept, my friends, is too simple. Love among your peoples has become very complicated, very devious. Yet, the very essence of love as we share it with you is that all things are one, that you and I are one, and that you and your brother are one. In love you were created, and your original vibration is pure and identical to the original vibration of all that is around you. And as you share this original vibration, your brotherhood becomes apparent. This, my friends, is the way it should be, yet it is not the way your planet is functioning at this time. This you already know. But we touch on it because it is the heart of why we are here. We feel that those to whom we speak at this time know this already, and that each of you is already seeking through his life to better understanding. My friends, we know that that path is steep and rocky, and we ask that you take confidence in your path. Take heart in your mission to be of service and to give light, for this is truly the one thing that is of importance, and you are not incorrect in attempting to direct your lives in this seeking. We share with you the thought that through others you may see the Creator, and others may see the Creator through you. Yet of yourselves, you cannot give or receive the love of the Creator. It is only through the consciousness of the Creator itself that you and your brother are one. Of yourself, you cannot do what you wish to do. You cannot depend upon your own resources. Yet you have infinity behind you, the storehouse of talents and power and ability so great that you can never exhaust it. Your cup may always run over with all that you need, if you can but remember whence love comes. Love does not come from others, nor can you call it from within your own heart. The Creator that is within you, and that exists as your heart and soul, is your link to total and infinite love. Never depend upon yourself. Never shame yourself if you have been inadequate. Know only that you simply failed to ask the Creator, and next time, remember. In this way, you may meet each situation in life as a rich man who has so many assets that he cannot count them. In this quiet confidence, many, many things can be met with love and with graciousness. Whereas if you were to analyze the situation in terms of your own abilities, you would say, I cannot handle this situation. And, feeling poor in spirit, the situation would overcome you. This is never necessary, for you have all that you need from the Father. Just remember that He gives you what you need, and seek the connection with Him. It has been written in your holy works, I have meat that ye know not of. This was said by the Master known as Jesus, and He was speaking of that connection with the infinite storehouse of the Father. Those upon your planet have put value on things that can be measured, and one is considered a rich man if one has a certain measurable amount of certain measurable items. Yet all of these things that can be measured will also rust and spoil and die. And so will your physical body. So seek, each day that you can possibly find the time, for that link between yourself and the fount of all love, and at this fount, refreshed in yourself, you may always be a blessing to others as you wish to be. At this time, we would like to pause in order for our brother Laitos. We will return to this instrument. I am Hatonn. I am Laitos. I am with this instrument, and I greet each of you in the love and the light of the One who is all. It is my special privilege to work with channels, as you call them, and as we have several new people here, I would like to share with each of you that which we call the conditioning wave. It is a type of energy which enhances your own spiritual vibration, so that you may the better have contact with your own spiritual sources, as well as with our thoughts, if you wish them. I would like to pause at this time and move among you and give each of you a feeling of our presence at this time. I am again with this instrument. Before I leave, I would especially like to contact the one known as G. If she would relax and make herself available to our thoughts, we would like to say only a very few words through her, in order to let her know what our contact is like. We are always pleased to have potential instruments for our thoughts, for there are times when information may be needed, and our ability to speak through those who wish to be of help to others is most appreciated. I will, at this time, attempt to speak just a few words through the one known as G. I am Laitos. I am again with this instrument. We are having a slight problem due to the fact that the instrument is not aware of how similar our thoughts are to hers. The impression that we give to an instrument is simply a thought. It is generated by us rather than the instrument, but it will not continue unless the instrument speaks it. If the one known as G will simply speak what comes into her mind, then we can speak through her. We prefer not to use the stronger conditioning wave where there is a physical ray, for this causes discomfort and tension within the instrument. We prefer the more conscious and free communication of this time. We will again attempt to communicate through the one known as G. I am Laitos. G channeling. All is calm. Inaudible. You are kind. Thank you. We are here. We are with you. Inaudible. We are here. Carla channeling. I am again with this instrument. We wish to give great thanks to the one known as G. We are so very pleased to speak through her. We felt that we needed to leave a little energy within the instrument known as G, for the first few times an instrument is used, it is quite a strain. But we are so happy, and we greet the new instrument with much appreciation. There will be time in the future when the flock will need its shepherds, and we are grateful to those who wish to serve in this way. My brothers and sisters, there is so much joy, even within the darkness that often shrouds your planet in its vibrational pattern. You can find the joy every day. We rejoice with you in all that you do, for it all is an emanation of love, and the laughter of those who understand rings throughout the universe. Do not forget to meditate, my brothers. We are always with you if you wish it, though we will never be with you if you do not. The free will of each of you is of utmost importance to us, but we are here at any time. I leave you in love and light. I am Laitos. Greetings, my friends. I am Hatonn, and before I close, I would like to open the meeting to questions. Are there any questions at this time? P. How long have you been here? Hatonn. We have been coming here for thousands of your years. We have never been totally gone from your plane of existence since your history has begun to be written. But we have been here much more in force, as you would call it, much more inaudible, of our craft are with you now than at any time in your history of several thousand years. At that time, there was also a situation where your peoples were at the end of what we would call a cycle of time in which spiritual learning was supposed to be completed. At that time, and at this time, there was a large failure of those upon your planet to complete the lessons in time. And most of those at this time had to repeat their experiences here before they could go on. Unfortunately, many of those that repeated are not yet certain of what they have learned, and are just upon the verge between graduating and having to repeat again. Yet, this time it is more serious, for it is not only a minor cycle, but a major cycle that is ending, so that the repetition this time is more of an investment for your spirit. L. I would like to know the difference between a channel from your own higher consciousness, channeling those thoughts that come from your higher consciousness, and the different personality that seems to be. The difference between channeling that and the brothers. Hatonn. In one way, there is no difference at all. Those who are used to thinking in terms of space and time find it very difficult to understand that there is no space, but only vibration. The vibration in which we exist and the vibration of your higher self is one. We speak to you, and your higher self speaks to you, from a vibration which you would call a spiritual one. Our information is not ours as such, for we are acting as conscious instruments of the Creator. We and your higher self are both imperfect. We do not pretend, nor would your higher self, to know the total truth. Yet our understanding has the benefit of more experience than your consciousness. Therefore, the contact is a valuable one. In truth, we have come to your planet not because the information is not available to each upon your planet from your higher self, but because many of those upon your planet do not have contact with a higher self, or even know of its existence. Yet many, especially within the, shall we say, society of science, are more open to the words of one who is in a so-called flying saucer than one who is in a spiritual realm of your own planet and dwells always with you. There are those who cannot conceive of such a thing as an angel, who can fully conceive of an extraterrestrial being. We are taking advantage of this, shall we say, edge to get the information to the peoples of your planet. It is the same information. If there were any difference, one of us would be, to that extent, incorrect. You will find any spiritual source as being of the ring of truth in equal measure with other spiritual sources. Beware of those special sources which deny the correctness of other sources, or say that they are more correct. Does this answer your question? L. Yes, thank you. Hatonn. Is there another question? L. I would like to know if there is a correlation between the Confederation and... I know there is correlation between the Confederation and the spiritual, but I would like to have that explained a little bit more, between spiritual experiences through this past age which people have had. What is the correlation? Have I made that clear? Hatonn. Not to the channel. L. Spiritual experiences that have been gone through by, for instance, saints. Is this the same kind of communication and in the same service? Do you understand what I'm saying? Hatonn. We understand what you are saying, although the instrument is not quite clear. We will be able to speak through her. The creation, as we have said, is a vibrational, shall we say, vortex. The original thought in all perfection has been prismed like a lens might spread light, so that the infinitude of various colors of existence, as it were, are possible. Those who have mystical insight are beginning to be able to play upon that prism and move from one, as you would call it, reality to another. Those of us who, in this manner which we enjoy, travel through time and space, have learned to play upon that prism with some exactitude. Very few of those upon your plane have become able to travel as we, yet spontaneously, many of those who spend time cultivating the art of meditation have become able to spontaneously slip into a more satisfactory reality for gaining knowledge of the spiritual. Those whom you call saints have frequently been able to make contact with their guides. Each of you has guides, and it is written in your holy works, each of you has angels that guard you lest your foot stumble. We are not angels, although it has been said laughingly, and in some cases not so laughingly, that we are angels. We simply are not of your planet, and your angels, as you would call them, are. Yet we are beings, and so are those guides whom your saints have seen. When those upon your planet have seen the Creator, they have moved to a level which is of a finer vibration than the one which we enjoy. We too have our visions of the Creator, and we know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that there are levels which we have not yet been able to attain. As far as we know, the path of knowledge goes on forever. L. Thank you very much. Hatonn. Thank you for allowing us to share with you. Never thank us, for it is our dearest wish to be able to be with you and help those of your people who wish it in any way that we can. Is there another question? Dawn. What about the California earthquake? Hatonn. We have been waiting for that one. The instrument is in good shape, so we will go ahead with the answer. My brothers, California is doing very well. there has been a great deal of light. We are very gratified by the fact that people have been paying attention to what we have been saying, and to what various other sources have been saying. There has been prayer on the level at which this planet has not seen prayer for some time. These forces have enabled this so-called disaster to be temporarily allayed. We have a probability curve for California now that looks better for perhaps the next 8 months. There will be an eventual happening, but each, as you would say, ounce of prayer, of light, which is sent to them enables the difficulty to be ameliorated and delayed just that much more, while those souls who will be affected have that extra time to prepare themselves for that which is to come. We are not speaking of physical preparation. We are speaking of spiritual preparation. At this time, we are looking at probabilities on the order of 80%, which is fairly good news, that the area along the fault in California will remain stable except for tremors until early summer of 77. Dawn. Okay, what about the proposed contact in a more general way? Hatonn. We are not able to give this information, but we can give her the name Philadelphia. The probabilities on this have not changed appreciably. We will probably not be able to do it as early as summer of 77, but that is our first target date. We feel that we will be able to do a scattered bit of advertising in November and early December, but it will not be on the scale at all of which next summer would be. Dawn. What form would this advertising take? Hatonn. We are hoping to be able to have physical sightings paired with our effect upon your communications, and in 1 or 2 cases we are contemplating, shall we say, playing around with your power sources. We wish to emphasize that unless we have a majority of those people in any particular area that desire to seek us, we will be unable to have a general display, which makes it quite unlikely that we can succeed. Dawn. In Philadelphia? Hatonn. Shall we say, we have a good market there. There are other locations. We were even contemplating Washington, D.C. We have the closest thing we can give to the instrument is a picture of a weather satellite on your TV program. There are areas of light that show up as we scan your globe. They shift, my friends, yet it is surprising, in your terms, where these areas of light show up. Some places you might think were very inaudible have enough polarity to be negative that the light is somewhat canceled out. Your Washington, D.C., interestingly enough, is one of your more spiritually aware areas. One would think that all of your politicians would make the area very black, but most politicians feel strongly enough that what they are doing is incorrect, that they spend more time contemplating their creator. Dawn. Tell me about any other areas. Hatonn. There are parts of many states which do not have city names. You are dwelling within one such area. The western and central southern part of Florida is of a good vibration, and in your mountain areas there is much light. Where you would call Seattle area, and east and south from there, is of light. There is much light in some parts of your central country, and it is very spotty. P. Why have the only places you've named been in this country? Will you only be contacting this country, or will you be contacting other? Hatonn. This is worldwide. We have difficulty with this channel because this channel is very ignorant of geography. When we show the picture to her of light areas in other continents, she does not recognize them. We have attempted several times to give through her worldview information, and she simply cannot communicate what we are giving. We will have worldwide, shall we say, ambitions in this direction, and whatever effects we will have will no doubt be scattered, as you may understand that there are some areas which are more receptive to us than others. We expect, for instance, to have some success in Australia. Rather than the whole world, we can say area by area the probability is higher or lower. P. This question is paraphrased. Do you have the power to move things on Earth physically through your mind? Hatonn. There is a distinction which must be made between what we can do and what we will do. Not we, but we as a spiritual entity, understanding the power of the Creator. Yes, we could ameliorate the conditions completely, just as we, for instance, parted the Red Sea. Yet we have learned through experience that we must not tamper with those things which those upon your planet have brought upon themselves for their own learning. The free will of those upon your planet to experience those things which they desire, even if it be their physical death, is more valuable to them and to us than our desire to see them escape these physical difficulties. Moreover, we may say to you, you have the power through mind alone to cause that fault to disappear. If those upon your planet could only think as one, as it is written in your holy books, you too could move mountains. It is simply that those upon your planet do not know the power of the soul. We suggest that, when you are concerned, in all confidence send to the object of your concern the love and the light of the Creator. B. What, if anything, will happen to the East Coast from Virginia on up in the near future? Hatonn. We have explained before, but not to you, that we have difficulty with time. Our probabilities are as waves. The most near in time is a ripple, very marked and clear in its outline. Yet the ripple in the future is less clear and less easy to pin down as to location in time. Here, side 1 of the tape recording this session ends. We pick up on side 2 in the middle of Dawn asking a question about why so many contactees report medical examinations. Dawn. Why are they interested in the species? Just for an academic interest in the species? Hatonn. No, this particular group is interested for a more personal reason. They feel an interest in some of the resources of this planet. They are not of a negative nature, but their interest is more acquisitive than scholarly, shall we say. Dawn. You say acquisitive? Acquisitive? Hatonn. That is correct. Dawn. What do they want? Why? Hatonn. We are attempting to speak through this channel. It is such a different type of concept that we are having difficulty. Dawn. Take a crack at it. Hatonn. We wish to condition the instrument for a moment. Within your physical plane, within the globe which you call the Earth, There are assets which you have no need of, which those of other technologies can use. That is why we say that these people, though they are acquisitive, are not destructive to you. Dawn. Why are they examining people that they take on board? What are the examinations for? Hatonn. They wish to understand how we function. Dawn. Are they third or fourth density? Hatonn. They are fourth density. Now, you do have a very few third density beings visiting, but this is a far more scattered occurrence. Dawn. Do you know of any particular third density vehicle that has been made known through our research? Hatonn. Those that visited Hickson were third density. In South America, we cannot give it through this instrument. It is not in her mind. Dawn. Villas Boas? Hatonn. This is correct. Was third density. You do have your occasional, shall we say, weekend campers. Dawn. What about the military police vehicle? Was that third or fourth density? Hatonn. Third density. Dawn. Betty and Barney Hill? Hatonn. Fourth density. Dawn. Walton? Hatonn. Fourth density. Dawn. Sergeant Moody? Hatonn. Those two were fourth density beings. By far, the majority are fourth density. Dawn. Van Tassel? Hatonn. Van Tassel was visited by those of the Confederation, which are not precisely fourth density. You must realize that as, shall we say, with your spies, many times we have a cover story which is acceptable to the hearer. This particular contact was one of the experiments which we tried, which convinced us that hothead methods will not work. Dawn. Will the integratron work? Hatonn. If we ever went ahead with it, yes. However, Dawn. Was it the hotheads that gave it to Van Tassel? Hatonn. That is correct. We simply found that we are no better than our instruments. You see, that is the secret. That is what we find so difficult to remember when we wish to give the gift of happiness and love, peace and brotherhood. We forget that we have no right to impress even the most beautiful of gifts upon people. Dawn. Is the taking on board for a physical examination, would you consider that an infringement on free will? Hatonn. We would. Dawn. And the fourth density beings that are doing this are not aware of, shall we say, the infringement? Hatonn. Many of your scientists know of the infringement of free will upon animals, and yet they, in order to gain valuable information, cause this infringement upon these animals. It is in this spirit of a small sacrifice for a great deal of knowledge that this is being done. Dawn. Will these exams have the objective of ultimately helping our species or the persons examining them? Hatonn. This is correct. Not the person in particular, but the species. Dawn. Can you give me an idea what they're trying to gain from the examination? Hatonn. If they were to tune to our atmosphere in such a way as to extract that which they need from our earthly sphere, the vibration involved would need to be tailored to the exact makeup of our species, speaking as you. They are therefore measuring the parameters of function in what you would call your organs and in your being in order to discover how best to effect this transfer in such a way as to be of benefit to those of Earth, while extracting from the Earth the commodity which they desire. Dawn. Now, they want to do what? To be of benefit to Earthman? Through the knowledge of the tuning of his organs? Hatonn. They do not actually wish to be of benefit. They simply wish not to be of harm. Dawn. And the harm could take place because of the proximity of their operations? Hatonn. This is correct. Dawn. Would these operations be visible? Hatonn. No. Dawn. But yet we could be harmed. Hatonn. This is correct. Vibration would harm. Dawn. And then they are planning possibly to make these invisible landings for their own purposes? Hatonn. Yes. Dawn. Do they need something from this planet? Hatonn. In a way, I suppose all of us who are in your skies need something from your planet. But what they need is more of a physical or earthly plane than what we need. Dawn. What will they use this commodity for? Hatonn. Power. Dawn. What type of power? For their craft? Hatonn. Yes. Dawn. In other words, Hatonn. Also, my friends, we are attempting to give this through the instrument, but it is different and therefore difficult, as you would take a vitamin pill. Sometimes those of other atmospheres find need which they cannot fill, especially in their travels. And within your Earth, there are, shall we say, cosmic vitamins, which, in the body of the fourth density, are most helpful. Dawn. In other words, they want to be in close proximity to our surface or on it for refueling purposes in their travels? Hatonn. Of ship and self, yes. Dawn. And in order not to cause damage to the physical vehicles of those upon the surface, they are measuring the precise vibrations of the internal organs? Is this correct? Hatonn. You have it. Dawn. This, then, has no real function with your primary objective? Hatonn. That is correct. We have not encouraged them, yet we have not banned them from this plane, for we do not see enough of a negative effect upon those of your planet to ourselves infringe upon the free will of them. Dawn. Do you find it possibly a help in advertising? Hatonn. We have been rather amused, you might say, at the aid it has been. However, it has played greatly into our hands, you may have noticed, by increasing the confusion factor, shall we say. This is most welcome. Dawn. And you then, well, do you anticipate stepping up your advertising by a major percentage in the next year or two? Hatonn. We have great hopes in this direction. Probabilities increase from 5% at this time to approximately 30% in the summer of 77. Dawn. What about 78? Hatonn. Our probabilities begin to fade, and we cannot give accurate determinations. If we are as successful as we have been to this point, the probabilities will go up. We are hoping that they will go up very steeply. We are hoping that the probabilities will exceed 50% in time for us to give information to those upon your planet before too much of the change of a natural kind has taken place, so that your population may have time for some spiritual preparation. More accurate than that, we cannot be without guessing. Does this answer your question? Dawn: well, I guess this is a long enough session, unless somebody else has a question. Hatonn: the instrument is somewhat fatigued at this point, so we are just as happy to close the session. We would like to leave you with a feeling that we are with you, that the Creator speaks through us, through you, and through all. Look into your brother's eyes, my friends. He is the Creator. Listen to the voice within you, for it is the Creator. I leave you in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. I am Hatonn. Adonai Vasu Boragas.
Go forth then, rejoicing in the power and the peace of the one infinite Creator.